Good evening. Tonight we have learned that a federal grand jury is investigating alleged ghost payrolling at the city clerk's office.
The federal probe was prompted by a CBS 2 Chicago report that has already resulted in several forced resignations and suspensions of employees in the clerk's office. Pam Zeckman has the exclusive story.
Tracy and David, the U.S. Attorney's Office is not commenting on the investigation, but we received word of it through a subpoena served on Channel 2 for copies of our stories that aired last November. Those stories featured, among other things, City Clerk James Lasky playing golf during the week with some of the highest paid employees in his office. Employees who claimed on their timesheets to be homesick or altered their timesheets with whiteout, apparently to cover up discrepancies after they got wind of our investigation. We also caught Raymond Drish, Lasky's chief of staff and longtime precinct worker, apparently covering up for the absence of a staff member, Michael Kilkelly, a data entry clerk we videotaped playing pool for hours and then returning to Drish's home on a day Drish said Kilkelly was in the hospital. Kilkelly was one of several city clerk employees who also worked at Drish's private banquet hall. Employees who, I have some questions for you about your timesheets at the city clerk's office, refused to talk with us about Drish or their city hall jobs. Since our reports, Drish, investigators Gary Pogwitz and Michael Duranzo, and Kilkelly resigned under fire. Tax Administration Chief Donald Zakowski was demoted and suspended along with 4 others. The city's inspector general, whose own investigation recommended some of the disciplinary action, seemed to predict during an earlier interview the potential for a criminal investigation of the misconduct in the clerk's office.
They're getting paid to work 8 hours. Anything short of that is a crime, is something that could potentially be prosecuted.
Ironically, Lasky's predecessor in the clerk's office, Walter Kozabowski, was prosecuted by the feds and got 5 years in prison for paying nearly $500,000 to 6 ghost payrollers in the clerk's office. And Lasky's actions as 23rd Ward alderman prompted an earlier federal probe of ghost payrolling, according to published reports in 1995, but no charges resulted. Lasky has said our most recent findings embarrassed him in light of the reputation he's claimed as a fighter for the taxpayers, a theme he used in announcing his candidacy for city clerk.
I have prided myself over the last few years to be the voice of the people.
The question, once again, apparently for the feds, is whether some of those people were political allies given jobs they didn't do. Through a spokeswoman, Lasky said he had no comment today on the federal investigation. One additional note, we learned today that a city water department supervisor has been suspended for 30 days as a result of the investigation by the city inspector general, who found he was playing golf with Lasky when he was supposedly at work. Tracy and David.
All right, thank you, Pam.